Ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, welcome back to Season 6 of MLD. This is still Week 1. It's prime time Saturday. My name is Chimblade, and my co-caster for tonight is the lovely and always speedy Ninja Rioter. Ninja, how are you doing?
Doing great. We had an awesome last couple of days here at the MLD. It's been fantastic games being shown here this week, here on Week 1. Lots of passion, lots of things coming out that players need to work on, and lots of success for many teams. But these three matchups are going to be absolutely insane. We have the Foxes and the Blizzard up first with El Fuego Goose, Kyle the Murphy, and Zero Azrith taking the field. Then we have a champs little matchup, just a little thing here. Bulls and the Demolition going up against each other, as well as Platinum League, Knights and the Pirates later on. But this Foxes Blizzard matchup, Chim, it's going to be a special one.
For many reasons. For many reasons. One of those reasons being that both the captains have put up a wager. I am told that pineapple pizza is a hot button topic here at MLD. And if Foxes loses, their captain has to eat a pineapple pizza, which he apparently absolutely hates. And if Blizzard loses, their captain has to eat durian candy, which I've never even heard of until today. So if you have any insight as to what durian candy is and why one should be afraid of it, please tell us. I do.
I mentioned yesterday that a few radio personalities here in LA, someone sent them, they eat gross things, and they do like a drinking type game sort of setup type thing. And they do it with the grossest liquor known to man. And it's escaping my mind as to what the name of it is. But what they did was they had or their subscribers, they have a website like Twitch anyways, to send in gross stuff. One of them was durian candy from Japan. It is the grossest candy known to man.
That makes no sense. How could that's an oxymoron. How can it roast candy?
Well, I mean, a candy can be flavored anything, right? It's just hard sugar, essentially. It's candy. Durian candy is made from the durian, if I remember right, it's the durian plant, which is the grossest smelling plant on Earth, pretty much.
Interesting.
Yes. So they make a candy out of that, and you eat it.
Why would they make a candy out of that? Maybe that's the wrong question. And if it is, tell me that's a bad question. But why would you make a candy that tastes like dirty socks?
No, worse than dirty socks.
Worse than dirty socks.
Worse than dirty socks. Yeah.
I thought dirty socks was like the floor, but apparently we were going underground. Okay.
No, we're going underground, man. I mean, it's enough to make people fill trash cans.
I'll take your word on it. I'm not going to try it. I suggest those of you in chat to not try it unless you're into nasty stuff. I mean, that's probably a thing that people somewhere in the world are into, like purposely tasting bad things because it makes them feel, I don't know, better about themselves. I really don't know what the logic would be behind eating durian candy, but whatever it is.
Ask the Japanese. Who knows?
If I could speak Japanese, I would ask them, but for now, I'll just stick to my subtitled anime. But we do have a game. Foxes, like we mentioned, up against Blizzard. And once again, the wager is if Foxes lose, their captain eats a pineapple pizza. If Blizzard lose, their captain has to eat durian candy. We'll see how this one goes. It is a best of 5. If I'm incorrect, Ninja, correct me now. So
it's a series of 5.
It is a series of 5, right. So we'll see how this one goes. There's the kickoff. Zero up against Goose, and there's Fuego now. Going to cut inside, maybe find an early shot on net. That will opt to play one off the backboard. Zero popping it right back up to his teammate. Teammate will not go up. We're going to stay back, play the opening game passive. It's obvious who the attackers are, who are the most hungry for the first goal. It's the Fox. 20 seconds in, and they're still keeping up the pressure. So far, they've mounted a solid one shot on net, but they've gotten 2 or 3 that have definitely come close to being registered as shots on net as well. This is it, Fuego, looking for far post. The back door, though, will get shut instantly.
Blizzard just kind of hanging out in their zone, not really making too many crazy challenges. Finally able to move the ball across the half-field line, but Goose, the former Lightning, getting a clear here. Is a former Lightning's player that later on last season, when unfortunately I had to take take off from that team, but an unlucky pinch off the wall is going to shoot that one in. Kyle the Murphy finding the first one.
Yeah, huge pinch there, and sometimes pinches, people look at pinches, they say that's lucky, right? But you have to decide to go for the pinch in the first place, and you decide going to go for the pinch when you see that your opponents are out of position, that they're pushed up too far high. They're too close to the midfield to be able to react in time. That's what they did, and it worked out wonderfully. Just a minute in, Blizzard already up by 1, even though they were the ones just being suffocated in their own defensive half. There's Goose from Fox looking to push one over to the center field. Finds Fuego, who cuts inside and beats one defender, but gets boxed out of any more opportunities. There's Murphy from the right side. Playing one out, over looking for 0. Won't find him though. Fuego wins one contest. Can't win the second one, and this means a breakaway is due for the boys in blue. There he is, the center field. El Fuego winning it out and chipping it past to equalizing 1-1 Foxes and Blizzard.
Kyle the Murphy just kind of losing control of the ball here from the side, and Fuego realizing that he had a chance at this, just expends boost like crazy to throw some hellfire at the Blizzard. Not melting yet, we're still tied at 1.
Kyle up against Fuego, went out by Kyle in the end, but Goose from his own back end should have complete possession, which he does, and ends up forfeiting it away. Maybe should have opted to get the boost and play it slower, but that's already passed me. Has to look to the future now. There's Kyle once again putting one on net. Fuego though will play one out towards the right wing and continue forward. It's a 2v1 for a little bit, but Kyle with a flip or two should be able to get back in time, which he does. Nice pass over to Goose. Good little takeover play there from the two. Combining well so far, and we saw them open up with a lot of pressure. Concede goal 1, but they were right back at it. There's still 3 shots to their opponent's 1.
Kyle the Murphy coming out of the corner. Goose comes out of net. Good smart play by Goose, until he learned a little bit from the last time we saw him on stream. Kyle the Murphy with an open net though, towards and in. Finds the second one. It's their second for this game.
Yeah, well done from them. A bit of a defensive lapse, but hey, Kyle, even though it was sort of presented to him on a silver platter, he had to reach out and grab it from the said platter, and he did. So he did half the work there as well. Blizzard up by 1 now. And on the scoreboard overall, it's looking like a very equal game as it is on the pitch itself. We're approaching halftime now, and I don't think the 1-goal lead will hold for too long here. These teams have been neck and neck so far, and they've been able to go back and forth. They've traded goals evenly. There's Kyle, once again, stealing away the opponent's boost, making sure that their breakaway is about nothing more than just a long clear. It's off the crossbar now from 0 as he rotates in for a demolition play. Gets a bit of a bump, but nothing more than that in possession. Back over to Goose, his teammate El Fuego. There's Murphy, needs a clear, which he will find. Fuego, though, keeping up the pressure. Nice pass center. Goose not in the best position. Has to adjust himself, and in the time it took for the adjustment, his opponents are back in defensive position, and they make the clear. 3 minutes gone, Ninja. Scoreline still 2-1.
Yeah, Foxes haven't been able to put anything together. They're trying some odd plays. You're trying to use the corner and the backboard. It's just not a great idea for them right now. The Blizzard very, very comfortable. Foxes, I should mention, El Fuego will be the one to eat the pineapple pizza. He is the pineapple hater for some reason. Oh, good stop by Fuego. So he's playing a little bit, well, rushed. You don't want to eat it. I think he more or less just wants to see Kyle eat the durian candy. Because let's face it, if that's on stream, I will watch it.
I mean, if Fuego hates pineapple pizza that much, if he hates pineapples on pizza that much, then for him, pineapples on pizza probably taste just as bad as durian candy.
It doesn't taste that bad.
I mean, maybe for him, maybe he hates them so much that he would rather eat durian candy. I don't know. People are weird. They all have opinions. There's Fuego, though. His opinion is that he can cross up 2 players easily, and his opinion is the correct one in this case, 2-2.
Yeah, 0 just stopped on the goal line, had to react quickly. You know, El Fuego found himself behind the ball exactly where he needed to be after getting it past Kyle. Murphy, a little bit frustrated on that play, I think. Yeah. We move into kickoff. Here, just about a minute left, Jim. Like you said, dead even. Both teams putting up a heck of a fight.
Yeah, they're treated back and forth evenly. Blizzard, then Foxes. Blizzard, then Foxes. A repeat. We'll see if Foxes can score 2 goals in a row. This might just be their ticket to victory here in the first game. There's Kyle playing one out towards the right wing. Picks up a full tank of boost as well. It's 2 against 1. Fuego all alone in net, but the lone defenseman will keep his team equalized. Now he's looking to simulate a similar dribble to last time if he can replicate that play. That should put his team up. He plays one out towards the center. Goose is there. We'll play one off the left side. It's only 1 goalie in net. Fuego not in the best rotation, and Murphy has caught them off guard. The post should keep this one at a tie 2-2 game, which it will. Break away from Blizzard's not successful. 20 more seconds to go. There's Zero out towards the right corner. Fuego touches it and gets baited out by the boost. The better option may have been to just follow through on that ball. Make sure he can keep it out of the orange zone for the remaining 8 seconds of regulation time. There's Goose. Final attempt on it. Opts to go to the corner instead. Does not want to risk too much. Does not want to open himself up for counterattack plays, and rightly so. It's overtime in game 1.
Blizzard probably going to look for this quick goal. The Foxes not so great on the defense, but speaking of quick goals, Fuego putting on really quickly.
Goose out from behind his own line. Fuego shadowing his play for now, and he tries to leave it for Fuego. Fuego, because he got that boost before, is able to get there first, and now it's a 1-against-1. Fuego out from the wall. He's got a teammate waiting center. His name is Goose, and he can't quite cut inside. You see Fuego try that maneuver a lot of times, whether it be for a pass or a shot. He likes to cut inside the ball and move it in the direction opposite to which he was going. It's not working out there, though. 30 seconds into OT. There's Goose. Cutting one out towards the corner. He's got his teammate at the top of the box. Fuego, though, recognizes that play is not the best one to jump at just yet. 2-2 will hold. Once again, the next goal will win game 1.
Goose, the best wingman in the league. Trying to throw this one towards the front. Oh, the really dangerous Goose will finish it off. Great opportunity by Goose to throw this towards the net from the far side. It wasn't quite enough, but it forced Zero and Kyle to panic at it, try to clear it away, and they both whiff. Goose finding the back of the net, and the Foxes take game 1.
Yeah, well done from them both. Sporting that Adonized, the newest paint, which is in the newest crate, which name I don't remember, but all I can tell you is that the new crate is a speed-related word. That's all I remember about it. What is the new crate, Ninja? I'm so curious now.
I don't know. I never get it, so there's that.
It's a speed word.
Velocity crate?
Maybe?
I can't remember.
Chat will help us out. Chat, tell us what the new crate is because we forget. But yeah, that's Foxes 3-2 in this game. And we talked about Goose sort of getting a bit lucky off of the defensive mishap that happened from Blizzard. But once again, he put himself out there. He was the one who put one outwards towards the net and decided to follow up on it. Even though there were 2 defenders there, he knew that if he was there before the 2 defensemen were, which he ended up being, they messed up, he could get the shot. And he did. And it worked out nicely. And the newest crate is the Velocity crate. So
I was
cool.
right.
Yeah.
Sweet. Look at me knowing things. Not just a pretty face. I'm not even that either. Whatever.
You're not. I'm just kidding. I didn't mean to say that. That came out of nowhere. Ninja, I'm so sorry.
Did Curtis walk into the room? What happened?
I'm so sorry.
Don't apologize. Now it's worse.
Am I making it more awkward by apologizing? I'm sorry,
no, it's
Ninja.
just
I'm
worse.
so sorry that I called you
ugly.
ugly.
It really hurts now.
Yeah. Well, it happens. There's Fuego missing out. Kyle should have an empty net, but it ricocheted off the post instead. There's Fuego. Now he's got a breakaway attempt. Will he take it? He opts to go for a slower dribble. Like we've mentioned before, he likes the slower dribbles. A nice pinch shot from the midfield, but all the time it took to set up for that pinch shot ended up leading to Zero and Kyle both being in position for the defensive stop, and in the end it was Zero who made it there. 30 seconds gone. There's Kyle. I think he was able to steal away that boost. Let me fact check that. I think he was. Yeah, and there's Fuego now. Out towards the left side. Needs to cut inside. He passes it over to Goose, and Goose strikes it in. A pretty textbook play, but executed so well, we may as well call it perfect. 1-0 for Foxes.
Goose realizing that Kyle was there. Kyle did turn away, but Goose had to readjust in the air. Luckily, he was able to get there and slam it home. Less than a minute to put the Foxes on the board. They had to come out of their dens to play in this one. Usually they're sleeping off this winter, but Blizzard have to attack.
It's not fair, Ninja. You've had more time with these teams. I haven't come up with the puns for them yet, and I have to do it on the spot. I feel so behind, but I'll come up with one soon enough.
Don't worry. You'll get used to it.
I'll figure it out. We'll see. There is Zero out towards the corner. Will beat one defender, but in the end just forfeits over position. There's Goose out towards the crossbar, looking to rebound it. Gets a soft little touch, but that will not be enough, as Zero becomes a hero in absolutely no time, saving his team, keeping them only down by 1, and they've got a full 3 minutes and 40 seconds to come back.
Zero's going to try to make it happen again, but no, he's going to pass out to Kyle. Here he goes, off the wall. It'll end up giving possession to Goose. Great positioning by Goose. That allows Fuego to get back as well. Off the side wall. Again, great touch by Goose. Chat mentioned that night and day difference between Goose's play from last season to this season, and it's extremely relevant here at Game 2. Just finds himself in the perfect positions. Obviously, he's putting himself there. But now it's an open net. Speaking of positioning, Caster's Curse. Pass out. Kyle will finish.
Yeah, great pass from him. You saw Kyle had an opportunity to be greedy. The money was there. He could have grabbed it, but he opted out. He said Kyle's in a better position to take the money, so I'll pass it to him, and it worked out nicely. 1-1. Good equalizer there from Blizzard. The team plays for both sides so far coming out, and once again, the leaderboard is almost identical as is the play on the pitch. They're probably going to go back and forth again. We saw last game. They just traded 1-for-1 evenly until we went to overtime, and Foxes ended up winning.
See the Foxes trying to put together some team plays here and there. They don't want to overcommit. It's tied up at 1, coming up on halftime, so plenty of time to force a mistake or try to take advantage of a decent play. But now they're overcommitted. Kyle sees that, tries to get the big clear. Not going to work out. El Fuego to the corner, sets up for Goose. Slow play by Goose. So patient when he's behind the ball. Pass out. Going to leave it there. It was going to be risky anyways with Zero honing in on that play, but we have surpassed halftime, still tied at 1. Both teams playing very patiently, Jim. It's good to see this.
Yeah, like we said, nobody rushing to anything too quickly. They don't get greedy as often as you would see, maybe a lot of plat players get. They don't get greedy for the goals. They look to pass before they look to shoot, and that leads to a very patient game and a game that is much more calculated and a game that really is more enjoyable to watch. It's got less random factors involved, and it's more about creating your opportunities rather than just reacting to your opponent's mistakes. There's Fuego creating an open net for himself, 2-1, and once again just crosses up both the defensemen and puts it in.
Fuego taking his own pass right from the other side, and the flick. You wouldn't think such a crazy flick would come from an Octane, but it did. And the Blizzard not able to block it out. 2-1, Foxes take the lead first here in Game 2.
Yeah, but if Game 1 told us anything, that Blizzard will be scoring in a matter of no time. There's Goose looking to put one on net. Can't do it. 0 now from the midfield. Pops one up high, and in the end just forfeits it. We said it's a very calculated game, and maybe Zero's calculation there was I'm going to give the possession away, but I'm going to play it to the corner, so it takes more time for Foxes to come back to my own box, which means that I have time. I give my teammate time to defend, to get in position, and to collect boost. So sometimes forfeiting possession is the right move. To just buy yourself some time, and there's Fuego extending the lead. This is the first time in the whole series so far we've ever seen a team be up by more than 1.
Kyle saw that the play was developing, tried to get there. There's just a little bit of hesitation. It didn't work out for him. I think if he would have came off the goal line a little earlier and came up at the ball, would have been able to clear it towards the corner and away from the offender. But not this time, as El Fuego picks it up off a kickoff. Tried to do a little smooth play action. Not going to work out. They're going to give up possession here, get back and regroup for some boost. Fuego. Now it's going to be Kyle. Pass out to Zero. A bullet. Looking for it, but not going to happen. Goose played very patient, as he's been all game. Having scrimmed with him last season, and I knew how he played back then, it was very much like I played, so I was impressed when he joined the Lightning to replace me. But now it's a completely different Goose. Super patient, realizing that it's wintertime and he should be migrating, but nah, he's here to play.
Oh, there's a breakaway. Zero has to play it near post, and he messes that one up. Hopefully Kyle can come through, save his team here. Won't happen. 25 seconds to go. Blizzard, no doubt, kicking themselves for that one, but they've still got time. They have to focus on the next 18 seconds. Can they find the next 2 goals and tie it up here, or else Fox will go up 2-0 overall. 0. 10 seconds to go. He knows he needs a long shot on net. Set up his teammate. There it is, off the backboard. Comes Kyle. He'll be a bit late to the punch, and maybe he can come back in time. This one has to go in now, and it won't. That means Foxes extend their lead. Game 2. They're up 2-0 now, Ninja.
They are up 2-0, and you can tell El Fuego does not want any pineapple on his pizza at all. The man is playing like a legend right now. And I asked in the chat how that durian candy was going to taste or how it was tasting, so I might have gotten into the Blizzard's head a little bit. Oops.
That's like breaking the fourth wall as a caster. Are you allowed to do that, Ninja? I don't think you are. Maybe you are. I don't know. But yeah, I mean, that's the cool thing. The one thing, if I learned anything in in economics class is that people respond to incentives, and apparently eating pineapple pizza is such a negative incentive that El Fuego does not want to do it, so he's not going to. So we'll see. One more game, and they'll have won it. So we'll see if El Fuego can keep us into this, or can just shut down Blizzard quickly, or if Blizzard can keep us in this series longer. Ninja, you talked about Goose growing so much as a player, and I had not seen him last season because I didn't pay that much attention to MLD until I realized that I was making a huge life mistake. So I'm paying attention to them now. But that's the great thing about a league like this. You consistently play with players around your own level, and you grow like that. It's not that easy to grow in ranked as it is in a league like this, which is what's so great about MLD.
Yeah, and Goose, like I said, good replacement for me. The Lightning didn't really click later on in the season, but you can tell Goose has been doing some work. Man, maybe his mechanics may not be there, but his just game awareness has improved so much. It's great to see. He's a good guy, really good kid. As Zero tries to knock this one in off the backboards, Kyle Murphy comes in. Zero finds himself able to take some control in. Oh, Fuego just blazing against Kyle Murphy, absolutely savage. Oh, a double demo. Goose needs to react now. It's not going to work. Bouncer shot knocked away. Less than a minute. We've already had 2 demos.
Ooh, Fuego, that might be rolling in. He'll get demoed, but he sacrificed himself for the sake of the greater good. What a good man, El Fuego. 1-0 for Foxes.
Fuego just managed to flip that one in. Kyle Murphy, I don't think he thought it was going in because he didn't go for the ball at all. Just went straight for the demo, left the blast mark in the snow, and that's exactly what needed to happen right there. Get in their heads a little bit. Plenty of time left.
And before this game even started, Ninja, you were talking about how much you saw Goose's positioning and game sense improvement. For Plat, all you need is game sense and positioning. That one was not a mechanically hard shot. He was just there at the right time.
Yep, exactly. Goose right here just had to race for the save. It just missed on it, on the wall. It was going to be a tough one anyways, and Zero Azareth able to knock that one in. We're tied at 1. Jim, it's going to be another shootout. Edge of your seats, boys.
Might just be get to the edge of your seats. Keep those butts clenched, because it's going to be a butt clencher, if I've ever seen one. There's Goose popping one up, and maybe he thought Fuego would be there, but Fuego instead was way out behind him, and instead forfeits possession away, but he got a chance to take it right back. Zero working his butt off to make sure that does not happen. There he is now from the corner, squeaking it in over to Murphy. Murphy won't be able to get there in time, and 1-1 will still hold. What is that, 4 demos now just in this game? I don't think we had seen a demo in the last 2 games, and suddenly in game 3, the teams, they played icebreakers for long enough. They're ready to start breaking each other's octane.
Oh, a shot. Goose, what a fantastic save. Pops up, times it perfectly. Now Fuego going to try to convert this into something. Pass out. Oh, no, the touch from El Fuego just messes up Goose. Now it's an open net. Calder Murphy can't get there in time. Fuego able to knock it away. 3 minutes left. We're tied at 1. Huge clear. Goose lines it up, takes the shot. Little wide. Not going to work out as Calder Murphy comes out of net. It is getting fast and frenetic, and Michael Bay would definitely be proud. I used that last night. I can't use that tonight. Dang it.
Do you also have the 24-hour rule? I have the 24-hour rule on a lot of my puns. There's a beautiful touch from Zero. He just completely changes the direction of the ball with one simple touch. And like we said, it's just about being at the right place at the right time and simple touches. He did not have to ceiling shot that because he knows his name's not Squishy Muffin. His name is Zero, and he can take simple shots but still find maximum effects from them, and it works out very, very nicely. 2-1 for Blizzard.
I don't think we're going to have any squishies tonight, but you never know. As again, patient play from Goose. Grab some boost. Now that's towards the net from Zero again. He's got to be feeling sassy after that. Oh, this dangerous Goose able to get there just in time. Knocks into his own teammate for the save. Back onto the Blizzard side. Kyle is there to break up the play. Goose will rotate back. I like how the Foxes run in a sort of formation. Once it's time to advance, whoever has the ball usually ends up a little bit forward, but then the other guy is always there. Just in case there's a pass, in case there's a chance to shoot, he's right there. The Blizzard have been able to defend it fairly well so far. Goose again slams it home. We're tied at 2.
Yeah, well done from them. And once again, you just see how important positioning is at this level. Just be at the right place, and you can take simple shots to score. And I think both these teams are showing me especially, you know, as a player around their same ranks, is that I don't need to be fancy. I don't need to do anything crazy. All I need to do is read my teammate, read the opponents, and game sense can get you so far in this game. Both these teams are exemplifying great awareness of the pitch. That's the cool thing about Rocket League, is you don't have a mini-map, but you can sort of imagine one in your head and use communication to develop a mini-map in your head so you know where people are and you can play around it where your opponents are positioned.
It's a skill that is definitely developed here at ML Doubles. An open net here for Goose. He will miss from the half field. Tried to angle it in. But the tiebreaker not going to work out. Zero missed the boost. Fuego challenges. This has popped up. Goose is up for it. Again, just can't get the angle. He's having a little bit of trouble in the air right now. Must have his feathers ruffled.
That was 5 out of 7, Ninja. There's a long shot from Zero. We'll go close towards the post. Needs a second one, and his teammate commits. Fuego, he has the opening. He takes it. Is he on fire today? Just barely. It will squeeze in. 3-2 for Foxes, and after being down by 2, they're now up by 1. That means 3 unanswered goals by Foxes.
The Blizzard just double committed on that play. They thought they'd had something in the bag, and yeah, no, El Fuego is just going to break that up and, you know, just throw it in the other net. No big deal. They finally take the lead here. Blizzard searching for those Fox traps.
Goose putting one on net. 43 seconds to go. We'll see if winter is coming or if it has ended. There's Zero now, looking to sneak one in. He's trying to bring the winter on. 3-3. Blizzard ties it right back up, and look how hard they've worked. 7 shots, 6 from Zero alone. So they're working really hard to put pressure on net.
They're working really hard, but they need to start converting some of these into goals to take the lead. They had a couple of chances there to pretty much just stomp the Foxes into the ground, but it didn't work out. Now with 30 seconds left. Oh, Fuego! Oh, jeez.
23 seconds, Ninja. 1 goal separating the two. We'll see who gets it. Fuego is just crazy. He's loco, as the people would say. But 12 seconds to go, and all he's doing is just demoing, just trying to keep it a 1v2 indefinitely. We'll see if he can do it. Zero, though, will clear this one away. 5 seconds to go. Fuego once again cutting his rotation short, as he smartly should be doing, to make sure that he has possession. He's playing it out towards the blue side. It will bounce, and yet again have an overtime.
See what happens here off a kickoff. Awkward for Goose, but El Fuego trying to play this off the backboard. Not a good idea. Trying to rush to the ball, make sure Kyle doesn't touch it. Again rushing to the ball. The Foxes, oh boy, they are not bright-eyed and bushy-tailed. They're a little bit soggy, I'd say. But Fuego, a great save. This has popped up. Very dangerous. Goose has to get there. He can't. The field's backflip. Give the Blizzard their first win of this series.
Yeah, props to Blizzard. Again, we saw they've never put on this many shots in the game, and they have rarely outshot their opponent's Fox. We saw, especially in Game 1, like the first minute of Game 1 told you how this series was going to progress. Foxes came out, they pushed, and I think they ended up putting on 3 shots to Blizzard 0 after the opening 45 seconds or so. And that 1 minute just tells us the story for the whole game. And finally, Blizzard was able to write a new page for themselves in the story of this game, and it worked out well for them in overtime. 4-3 in this one. They finally got one in this series, and they're looking to make a comeback.
Yeah, they're looking for it, and I'm getting roasted in the chat. No big deal. I don't mind. It's all good. Glad we could create some memes here tonight. But the Ultimate Meme Master will be in later on. Curtis joins us for the last match as he is hanging out in chat. He'll have to describe how his quesarito went. That's an inside joke a little bit, but...
A little bit. I can explain it. Curtis popped in and he was like, I'm going to go finish my quesarito. I had never heard that word before, so I Googled it, and it is Taco Bell's quesadilla burrito combination. But isn't that just a burrito? Think about that while this game goes on. 4:48 on the clock. 0-0. There's Zero playing one outwards, and now El Fuego off towards the crossbar. Needs a second touch. He'll pop one up high, and Goose will choose to stay off this one. There's Zero once again from the left side. He opts away from the boost and towards the ball instead. Goose from the goal line. Pressures first. Well done from him. sometimes players will stand on the goal line and not pressure the ball because they're worried about missing the 50-50 or just the contest on the ground, but Goose pressured it and he did the right thing there to keep his team 0-0.
Fuego trying to convert some of that chance from Goose. Not going to work out. It feels backflip. Puts himself in a great spot. Ball ends up behind Kyle. Popped up. Fuego, can he do it? No! Off the crossbar. Bangs it off the metal, and we're headed to the other side as Zero. Oh, he was trying to get behind the ball. It was a good idea. Fuego came up to challenge. It probably was a better idea just to peel off and steal the boost, but now, again, no! Fuego, again, just outsmarting him. El Fuego Rojo on fire.
There's El Fuego looking to put in a golazo. Can't do it. 3:40 will be the time, and once again, if Fox wins this, they go up 3-1 in the series. They'll win the series, and we'll see if Blizzard can respond in time. They've got this game. They're out of lifelines. They have to win it here, then win the next game if they want a chance. There's Azrith dropping one down off the ground. Gets a nice bounce on it, but in the end, Fuego's back with the ball. Fuego once again going for a slower dribble, looking to make it the cut inside. Waits a bit too long. Does bait out two defensemen, and it will somehow go in. The ball, it just had it written on its forehead that it had to find at the back of the blue net, and it did.
So Zero came in from behind. He thought he might be able to knock it away from El Fuego, but with Kyle the Murphy there, it just stopped Zero's momentum instead of stopping the ball. And there you go, right up above their heads as they flip into it, or flip away from it, I should say, and into the net. Fox is feeling, well, they're feeling it right now.
Oh. What? Sorry, I thought you were going to go with Soggy again, because why not? That makes total sense.
You know, wet tails and whatnot. What?
What? We're passing that one. Nope. Back to the drawing board. There's Fuego looking for goal 2. He'll do it. 2-0. Finds the mistake, but again, cuts his rotation out very shortly and is able to make goal 2 happen.
Now Zero and Kyle both going for the ball on the backboard. Not a great idea. Need to get some communication going there. And it's a tough call. I mean, they were both in awkward positions. Probably should have had somebody sitting far post so they could react to the shot or react to really anything, but ended up underneath the ball. It's 2-0. Blizzard have shown that they could come back and compete from this. So the game's nowhere near over. As Kyle the Murphy going to whiff on that shot.
And Blizzard, I mean, their main mistake twice in a row was just double committing on the defense, and that's a very, very easy thing to fix. Thankfully, their problem is a very easy one to fix. The only thing you need to do is just say one word, me, and you can almost instantly change that problem. And this time their problem was double committing, and Fox, once again, El Fuego from Fox is the one to just capitalize on every single mistake that Blizzard seems to open.
And Blizzard, they're feeling the pressure right now. Having a little bit of a hard time once they get onto the offensive end. They can convert from defense to offense. That's usually a problem that we see here at the MLD, is that conversion. But once they cross that line, they just kind of fall apart. And the Fox is taking advantage of it all the way, and it's exactly what they need to do.
Yeah, we talked about how calculated game 2 and 3 were, and how the teams were having to be proactive rather than reactive. But this game has gone a bit back to the reactive style, where all Fox is doing is they're not sitting back per se, but they are just putting on mediocre pressure until they see the opening, and that's when they really accelerate into the net, and they're reacting to the defensive mistakes from Blizzard. And if it works out for you, it works out for you. There's an opportunity for Blizzard. They can't finish it off, and the two members from Fox now pushing forward together, forward the Light Brigade. There's El Fuego cutting inside, and once again is a sneaky play, slithers right through the defensive line.
Fuego right here, ball's moving a little bit quick. Zero had to react, and he just went way too slow on that. Fuego able to pop it up and in. Kyle the Murphy went for boost, so he wasn't able to back up his teammate. But Zero obviously is feeling it right now. He's a little nervous. Fuego, oh, above. Oh my God, the savagery. Oh, they have families, guys.
5 goals. Just to put that into perspective of the series overall, Game 1, the goal differential was 1. Game 2, the differential was 2. Game 3, the differential was 1. And now we're at a 5-goal differential, which is insane for this series. Never before seen, and it can happen. I mean, once you feel the lead slipping away from you and you decide that, you know, this lead is just going to slip away from us, it does become a little bit of a self-fulfilling prophecy where you just lose it. What can I do? We said the lead was going to slip away, and now it's going to slip away from us, and that might be the position that Blizzard is in right now. Demoralized, hopeless, But hey, they've always got, what are they going to eat?
Durian candy.
Durian candy. They've always got that
yeah.
to comfort them.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. Real comforting, I'm sure. Oh, big fake by El Fuego there. Want to thank Killer Penguin for the subscription, as well as Jimmer with the 6-month subscription. Thanks, man. Greatly appreciated. We'll see him a little bit later as he plays for the Bulls in the next series. Zero pass out to Kyle. He wasn't quite there, so Fuego was following. Kyle above Fuego. Now they're looking for some momentum for the next game. Goose wisely flips away from that, although it was a mistake. 30 seconds left, Chim, and you thinking the Blizzard just trying to regroup at this point? Minimize damage?
Yeah. I mean, if Blizzard can take away a goal, maybe even 2, and just keep the scoreline closer, so when they look back at this game, they don't feel so bad about themselves, and when they're putting that first piece of durian candy in their mouth, they're not feeling all that terrible, because at least they kept Game 4 close. Hopefully that's what they can do here, but it looks like 5-0 will just be the final scoreline here. A good effort, though. I mean, in Game 3, Blizzard just completely regrouped, changed their play style, outdid the offensive pressure from Fox, and like we said, they just wrote a new page for themselves in this story. Sadly, this is the final chapter, and Blizzard will have to eat durian candy. Thankfully, El Fuego is not eating pineapple pizza.
It's a shame. It's a dang shame.
You like pineapple pizza, Ninja?
I mean, I don't like pineapple by itself. It needs to have something. It needs to be something spicy. It's Italian sausage, a spicy pepperoni, some red peppers on it, something. But the clash of those flavors are okay with me. Do I prefer it? Not really. It's all right. I think he's overreacting.
I would agree with you. I think the pineapple, yay or nay, is a little bit too, I don't know, polarized. Like, people should have opinions like this on politics, and somebody who's like, I don't care about politics, I think politics are stupid, has insane opinions about whether or not pineapple pizza is good or not, and they'll write paragraphs about how much they do not like or do like pineapple pizza, when they could be, I don't know, changing the world. There's my motivational speech for everybody today. And now the chat's going to start talking about pineapple pizza. See, it never fails.
Oh, look at that. I'm finally unmuted. God, Jay, what the heck?
Jay muted you? Oh, because
Totally
you said you liked pineapple pizza. Yeah. That is an abuse of power, but
I mean,
you know what,
it is his broadcast.
That is true. So, yeah, okay, fine. I guess we can't blame him.
But that said, one more. And this is what I was talking about. Blizzard need to win this to just soften the blow a little bit, go down 1 game in the league instead of 2.
Yeah.
It'll honestly just garner a little bit of confidence for him. They move into next week. Azrith tried to just rush the play a little bit. Now Goose has an open net. What can he do with it? Zero is back. If I go demo, Goose again. Right in. Team play working out again. Oh my god, these Foxes.
Yeah, these Foxes, once again, with the team play. El Fuego loves the demos, and he hunted it down to the very last second. He found the plan, and he stuck with it. Demos, at times, can be very risky, because if you miss the demo, you are so out of position that a counterattack is but inevitable. And this time, he just stuck with it, went all the way, found the demo, like, near the back of the net, and he was able to secure the goal for his team. So, props to Fuego for being that confident and just that heads up with the play. And comes Kyle, though, for a counterattack of his own. Needs a second touch there.
Oh!
Ball that light probably won't go in. Needs a second one, and he won't get the rebound.
Fuego just came flying in there, manages to bounce the ball off his roof. Another shot coming through. Goose, very patient again. Attacks at the right time. Now he has another open net. Should have backed that up, because it will go wide. Here's Zero. Pinched out with El Fuego. Goose is there to take advantage. Oh, fly right over it. Did have to fly at that, but Kyle towards the net. It will bounce off the crossbar again, and out. Now Kyle will finish it, and we're tied at 1.
Very similar start to last game, but the difference in last game was that Foxes did not score first. And this time, they did score first. I know Blizzard is playing from behind in game 1, but I mean, still, the goal for Blizzard, I think, here is just to win this game. To win the first game, and then have a much better series than they did last time.
Ace in the chat saying the Blizzard are not being aggressive enough. I'd have to agree with you to a point. When they were aggressive, they both double committed, and the communication just wasn't there. And so they definitely need to work on that. solid team for sure as they work out the week 1 jitters. Fuego just leaving it. Killing time right now. We're tied at 1. Back pass to Goose. Great communication. Goose just wheeled it around and trying to take some control of it. Zero will throw it at the corner. Looking for the pass. Fuego comes out. Long, clear. 3 minutes left, Chim. And let's face it, the Foxes super patient right now. They are on the hunt.
Yeah, once again, they saw how in Game 4 they could just sort of put on mediocre pressure or a very relaxed form of pressure and then not, full-blown double commit until they saw the opening. And I think they're trying to repeat that here, and Blizzard so far has done a good job of reducing those open windows and just shutting them tight. They're able to keep this game at least tied up 1-1 as we approach halftime, and that, I think, is already a better start than last game where they ended up going down 5-0. So this game already looking much better for Blizzard, but there's Fuego racing forward, securing the goal 2-1 for his team now.
Goose took a shot. He went right at Zero, who had to wheel around to try to play off of his block. He was sitting the wrong way in the net. He had no control of where that ball was going to go. Instead, it just bounces off the side of his Octane and up for the score. Both Foxes have 1 on the board. I have to repeat this, Jim. This is so funny. And dang it, Rawlings, for breaking our concentration here as Goose makes a save. The Blizzard are sitting back at their Hearthstone too much, but need to overwatch their opponents better if they want to achieve their destiny. God dang it.
Some people are just born with special gifts. What can you do?
Clearly, scriptwriter.
Probably. Now that I think about it, probably. You're totally right. DM Rawlings has rigged every single Rocket League event to date. I
don't know why he never does it in his favor, though. What the heck, man? Anyways, Fuego. I was going to sit here and wait for it. And takes a demo from Fuego, but the ball does head towards his corner, so it's all right here with 1.5 minutes left. Kyle's sitting back. It's a good idea. As Fuego gets a huge clear. Kyle has to scramble back, try to take control. Demo! Oh boy, it's 1-on-1. Kyle spawns first. Goose wraps around the corner. Not a great idea, but it's right back at Fuego towards the net again. High. Fuego, can he do it? No, Zero gets behind the ball. Perfect placement by Zero.
Yeah, a minute left to go, and you can see Blizzard still working to find any kind of pressure after their opening half. They have died down a little bit, and Fuego and Goose, instead of relaxing and playing passively after securing the lead, they've decided to continue to pressure, to not change up their playstyle too much, to just do what they are best at, and that is keeping the ball in the blue zone. But Blizzard has responded with Azrath on the ball. The save at last minute will come in, gets a whisker on it, and a whisker is enough to keep us at a 2-1 scoreline for Foxes.
Oh, speaking of clenchers, the Foxes are they're holding it in right now. Yikes, 30 seconds. And the Blizzard need to push now. This seems like they're firing on all cylinders, but it might be a little bit too little and for a little bit too late. As finally Zero is up. No, they'll both whiff. Kyle and Fuego up for it. Everybody whiffing. He's finally able to advance it away from his box. Very patient. He's got the lead. He knows he's got the time. 12 seconds. One last push for the Blizzard. Fuego will knock it right at the net. Zero could not get there in time. He was too far back in the net.
Yeah, that probably is the final nail in the coffin of this game as well, but what a shot from Fuego. It gets the power shot, and you can see Goose intimidates Zero just enough that he can't get to the ball quickly because he had to back up just a little bit to sort of try to dodge the demo that never actually came, and in the end he just couldn't get to the save quickly enough. Blizzard will go down yet again, and at least they kept this one closer than they did the last game. I think that just seeing visible improvement on the scoreline is enough as a team to get your heads back into the game. Ninja, I have a question for you.
Oh God.
Assume somebody just came and they're like, MLD, cool, let's tune in. Where are we right now? What is happening? Just do a quick recap of what we've seen so far.
So Platinum League, Foxes, Blizzards just graced your screens here for 5 games for a series of 5. It's not best of. Fuego, Goose putting in work against the Blizzard, and let's face it, they had to keep moving fast to keep the cold away as the Blizzard go down in a heap, 4-1. It wasn't a bloodbath. It was really, really close. It could have gone either way. Blizzard just not able to gather themselves up on the offensive end at all. But the Foxes did a fantastic job of taking advantage of all of the mistakes that the Blizzard made. That said, Blizzard need to come back and watch the VOD, see the little mistakes, some tips that we pointed out, you and I, Chimblade, but no problem. We would like to invite you to go check out Balls Guarana. If you have a play of the week, if you clipped something that's just absolutely awesome, throw it up on Twitter, tag the ML Doubles, make sure that we see it so that we can choose the play of the week, and the winners of said play win a case of Balls Guarana. Also, if you'd like to try it yourself, there's a code for free shipping. Just use the simple code of MLD. Also, computer getting a little bit warm, check out Arctic. There's a Gleam giveaway on the ML Doubles Twitter. It's fantastic stuff. High quality parts for a decent price. Get on there. Maybe you'll win a little bit of a cooling system. But
I mean, why not? Well, like, what's the worst that could happen? You enter a giveaway and you don't win. You don't lose anything. You just
exactly. What the heck?
Yeah. And once again, that Twitter is ML Doubles, and it's the pinned tweet there. It should just come up at the top. Once you go to twitter.com/ML Doubles, you'll see the giveaway for the Arctic coolers.
But up next, we have some Champion League action. The Bulls and Bondo and Jimmer versus the Demolition of Mage of Exodus and Stovods. We'll be right back. You're watching the MLD on twitch.tv.